My name is Connor. I am the EMS Chief for the Los Angeles Fire Department. Today we're going to be going over a quick video on how to use the electrocardiogram script. To begin, to grab the electrocardiogram, approach an appropriate vehicle such as the ambulance, or I'll show you the stretcher as well. We could do the command /ECG, and it brings out the ECG. Vice versa to put it away. Soon we can as well do it with the stretcher, being the same command. When we have our ECG in hand, we can approach a patient. In this case, there is no patient, it'll just be myself. Press K to put the ECG down. It'll prompt you to choose a nearest player. In this case, since it is just myself, I will select Connor C. From there, you will be able to press E and promptly use the ECG. Something to note is that when you are far away from the ECG, no matter how far, across the city, or within just viewable distance, you are still able to open the menu by pressing E. You can see, it still opens the menu. Additionally, we can press K to still pick up the electrocardiogram. This will be useful for transporting patients, allowing us to leave the ECG on scene and continue patient care in the back of the ambulance, because we are unable to traditionally place down the electrocardiogram. And we will place it down, making sure to select myself. From here, opening the ECG shows us the suite of controls. As we can see, it prompts us with a normal set of stats. A lot of them, though, don't exactly make sense. Specifically, our non-invasive blood pressure at the bottom shows us 96 on 10. This is how we know the monitor is working. It was not currently set to a patient's actual status. If you want to put it onto a patient's status, we will press NIBP. This will then open a screen for the player who you're prompting it with. They will see this screen and are able to edit it. Be advised, the user of the ECG will not be able to see this, only the patient themselves. You can see we have all the normal rhythms along with normal blood pressures, etc. They have a suite of options that allows them to choose between standard calls as well. There are approximately 13 calls that they are able to choose from simple calls such as a cardiac arrest, to more complex such as a trauma, to even ICP with an internal bleed, or just regular ICP. From here, once the patient chooses their options, for example, we will use hypoglycemia. They will see their vitals on their screen. We advise patients not to close the monitor or to close the screen, as it makes it difficult for them to update it later. In this case, I will close it so we can prioritize the monitor. As we can see, it displays the patient's current status. It'll fluctuate between heart rate rhythms to make it a more realistic feel. From here, we are able to access options and events. Opening the options menu gives us these following options to be able to decide on things with the patient. Currently, only patient actually provides an option for us. The other ones simply do not work. Only patient does. This is where we can select patient information. In this case, our patient's last name is Cyberlife, first name Connor, and 26 years old. Their sex is male, and they have no injuries found. And here we can see that it displays the blood glucose as 1.8 millimoles. Unfortunately, with the way that this script was designed, is that it only works in units such as millimoles and Celsius. Unfortunately, it does not allow you to use milligrams per deciliter nor Fahrenheit. It is on the paramedic or EMT using the electrocardiogram to ensure they understand the correct temperature and also correct percentage or amount, of blood glucose. And they can simply do so by using a calculator on Google or other method. Once we are ready with these options, we are able to press the speed dial. Clicking it will make the menu disappear, and now the options are saved. The way we can confirm our options are saved are by clicking Code Summary. As we can see, it displays the patient's time, or the patient's name, age, sex, along with the time that we are able to see the patient's rhythms currently. displays the first set of vitals. Pressing NIBP once again brings up the menu. If the patient accidentally closes the menu and sends you a direct message, you are able to click NIBP and it'll reopen the menu. The paramedic or EMT is the one in control of this menu. As seen, it is able to close and be reopened. That concludes basic controls. Now for more advanced controls. In the event of a cardiac arrest, we are able to click the CPR option, which will begin a metronome. We are able to then select if a patient has an airway or non-pattern airway. Here, if we select adult airway, we are able to mute the metronome by pressing stop metronome. If we click code summary, we can see that the CPR has been updated and we are now conducting CPR on a patient. To analyze a patient, we are able to click the button Analyze.
Analyzing now. Stand clear.
You will be prompted with an Analyze phase. For the patient, they are only able to see this. They are able to see this menu and select which one they'd like for the team. In this case, no shock is advised, as the patient is alert and oriented and does have a pulse. So, the patient in this case may press shock not advised. Paramedics or EMTs will see on their monitor that no shock has been advised. From here, if it was a true cardiac arrest, paramedics may then further proceed by interpreting a rhythm via a 12-lead or 4-lead ECG in order to determine if the patient is in asystole or in a non-shockable rhythm otherwise. Then further move to manual electrocardiogram shocking as well. In the event that there is a shock advised,
Analyzing now.
the monitor will
Shock
begin
advised.
automatically charging, and once charged, allow you to deliver a shock. If you decide to
Stand
cancel
clear.
your shock,
Push
you can
to
press
shock.
the shock or the cancel button on the home screen, pressing right here. That'll cancel the shock. Deliver the shock, press the shock button. The shock will be delivered to the patient.
Start CPR.
It will then prompt you to begin CPR, starting the metronome as well. If you want to mute it, we can simply press Analyze. It'll disappear. In this case, it did not disappear, so we just press Home, and it does disappear from there. If we want to manually shock a patient, we are able to click Energy Select. As you can see at the top, it provides standard adult defibrillation doses for FiveM. We can then change it. In this case, we will go to 300 joules and begin charging by pressing Charge.
Shock advised.
This allows paramedics to do manual defibrillation and also conduct cardioversion.
Stand
When they are
clear.
ready, they can
Push
press the
to
shock button. That concludes the LifePak 15 tutorial. None of these further options do currently work. Pause, current, rate, and pacer are not options usable. Lead and size are also options that are unusable. 12 lead, furthermore, does not work. Event, however, also doesn't work, with code summary, though showing the code summary, and transmit will place it inside chat, so we are able to see what was said. Though it is an invalid command, you're still able to read the patient information and their current heart rate, pressure, etc. Lastly, a patient will display in cardiac arrest with a large tone that alerts you to the cardiac arrest, as displayed here. You will see the poet. We will start to play long tone, and from here it alerts immediately the team to begin CPR and life-saving measures. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope to see you out in the field.